Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvi Grinanti Bhurida Janaha Bhuvi Grinanti Bhurida Janaha. Sri Ramakrishna assumed the attitude of Sri Radha to Krishna and went into deep samadhi while singing the song. He stood there still as a picture on canvas, with tears of divine joy running down his cheeks. Kedar knelt before the master, touching his feet. He chanted the hymn. Now, this is one speciality which we hardly see after the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's advent till Sri Ramakrishna's coming down to this earth. We don't see anyone openly entering into Samadhi Sthiti. And millions of people might have reached very high state, and someone might have reached even entering into Samadhi Sthiti, but all happens within when we are sitting deep within alone, away from all the external disturbances, somewhere in the cave or somewhere in the closed room. First to ward off the external things, to remain absorbed for a long time, chances, and a person might, even a good advanced sadhaka, may experience the spiritual ecstasy or the samadhi sthiti a few times in his life, may be countable on the hands. This way of expressing, entering into samadhi sthiti, the superconscious state, now and then, very often, many times a day, what all we experience in whole our life is experiencing spontaneously, as if he is going to the next door and coming back. Now and then. This view we don't see any time in our life. Here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they used to, while standing, sitting, moment, hears anything, sees anything, he is in samadhi. But here we see, we do not have that picture of anybody entering into. Just his attitude. A word is enough, a sentence is enough, a thought is enough to make him enter into those states. Here we see Sri Ramakrishna now entering into deep samadhi. When do we say deep samadhi? It easily doesn't come back to the normalcy, just like deep sleep. When we say touch a person, immediately he comes back to waking state. Then it is not deep sleep. If you pat also, it doesn't come. If you hit also, it will not come. Then it is very deep sleep, that he is not able to understand what is happening. So Here he enters into deep samadhi, assuming the Radha, attitude of Radha to Krishna went into deep samadhi while singing the song. He stood there still as a picture on canvas, with tears of divine joy running down the cheeks. When one weeps for anything of this world, we see him, tears flowing down. Out of love of God, also we see tears flowing down. One is because of the fulfillment, other is because of the want. I am separated from someone, long time I have not been able to see. Son has gone away to foreign countries. Mother is not able to withstand. For long years pass. Old age is troubling the mother. Years pass, and perhaps the only son, and how she pants. Now and then she remembers whole his birth, childhood and all that, and starts shedding tears. This shedding tears is expression of some want within, some void within. It is making her to. But Sri Ramakrishna also is now experiencing the same tears are falling down, but it is out of paripurnata, fulfillment, absolute fulfillment. What he wanted in the other world, what he longed from childhood, what he wanted to demonstrate to the world, he is able to do. With that plan only he descended. Now tears are flowing from his eyes. Now the former tears will be always from the inner corner, touching the nose. This will be the tears that flow. Sri Ramakrishna says, somewhere we'll see the tears of repentance, of want, of loss will be from the inner corner, and the out of joy of God, of bliss of God, of relief will be always from the outer corners of the flow, outer corners of the eye. Because when we weep for anything, the muscle formation, it is entirely different. It shrinks down, and the tears flow, it expands. Joy expands and releases all the muscles of the face, and then we see it dripping from the other side, from the external corner. And when we weep for ourselves, we will be always turning our head downward. And when we, out of joy, our head turns upward in joy. So immediately you can identify what kind of, even while listening to songs, bhajans, sometimes we weep. Is it because of separation or because of union? In spiritual world also, all this, where is he? And then here is he. So that difference also makes running down the cheeks. Kedar knelt before the master. Touching his feet, he chanted a hymn. Kedar knelt before the master. When anything, our bhavanas, feelings rouse, it can be emotions come out. It can be of anything. Now, the people are moving, someone slips and falls down. keeping his leg on the peelings of banana, then people who are looking at him suddenly start laughing. We don't run and help, but we laugh. That laughter is an expression of one wonder and, we don't mind his getting hurt or anything, but some fun we get there. We see some animal or person in the street fallen and in great suffering. Then our emotions come. Why? How? What can I do? Similarly, when these things, like Thakur entering into Samadhi, he has transcended the relative and he is in his bodily existence is here, he is in the realm of the transcendental which pervades this universe. So he is now representing totally the pure spirit enclosed in matter without a trace of worldliness in it. When he comes down, he may feel, I have to give something to these people. Some thought of the world may persist. May not be of worldliness, but just a common, these people are suffering. I may have to go and help them. This is normal world, but here it is nothing. It is pure spirit in spiritual world and we enclosed within keeping its center and that body. That body is an image of God now, totally 100% with zero error. So he is kneeling down and chanting the hymn. We worship the Brahman consciousness in the lotus of the heart, the undifferentiated, who is adored by Hari, Hara and Brahma, who is attained by the yogis in the depths of their meditation, the scatter of the fear of birth and death, the essence of knowledge and truth, the primal seed of the world. He is chanting shloka, hymn. We worship the Brahman consciousness in the lotus of the heart. The undifferentiated, who is adored by Hari. The absolute existence, the relative existence, two existences are there. One absolute, the term absolute, A capital, you must understand what it means. It is unchanging eternal reality in which millions of universe with all beings appear and disappear. It has no limits. It is unlimited. There is nothing else to limit it. It is one without a second. If anything else remains other than that, it is limiting it. It is shot by that one entity. This is Purna. There is nothing lacking in it. So this absolute existence, eternal. Here eternity means not the eternity of the relative existence. There is no relativity in the eternal here. Eternal is time continuing forever is also eternal. Like the universe again and again appearing and disappearing in cyclic order. Seasons are coming eternally. Rain and water evaporating, becoming cloud and rain. It is eternally going on. Universe is eternally following the cyclic path of Srishti Sthiti Pranaya, creation, sustenance and dissolution. It is going on. So this eternity is relative term. Relative. Here time is there, but continuity of the time we call eternal. But there it is absence of time. Time itself is not there. So time also doesn't limit it. There is no space to limit it. It is not unlimited space. It is spaceless, unlimited. So it is not differentiated. There is no division. There is no splitting within or without. It is one homogeneous bliss absolute. It is ocean of bliss. It is ocean of peace. It is ocean of love. Without triputi, triad. There is no triad. The seer, seen and sight is not there. Lover, loved and the love is not there. Only love without a lover and loved. Bliss without an experience and experiencer. So this reality, which is unchanging, we call Brahman, the Absolute. And this is the impersonal God of the Hindus. In Hinduism rather, it is God, impersonal God for all religion, all everything. So in this, the consciousness, I become conscious of it. My consciousness, I becoming conscious of this absolute existence or the consciousness itself as the that Satchidananda, absolute existence is pure consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanya. Chaitanya means consciousness, pure consciousness is spirit. Individual consciousness is the soul, Jivatman, escaped soul. So here we differentiate between the Brahman and the Jagat and Jiva. That consciousness, the same consciousness which pervades the universe, when the universe appears in it without affecting it, then we call it the Ishvara. All the lives within the creation, moving about, eating, drinking, and all these jivas, they are called Jivatma, individual consciousness. Individual consciousness, cosmic consciousness, and the absolute consciousness. So this consciousness, Chaitanya, the Shuddha Chaitanya, the Vishwa Chaitanya, the Vyashti Chaitanya. Vishwa Chaitanya is also called Samashti Chaitanya. So Samashti Chaitanya, Vyashti Chaitanya and Shuddha Chaitanya. So these three entities, when I think of the Brahman, the Absolute, in my own heart, the infinite, eternal, unchanging reality, when I think of it, I am slowly losing the entire world also, universe also, my own bodily existence also. The one which is pervading all this, I am becoming aware of it. That is worshipping in the heart. We worship the Brahman consciousness in the lotus of heart. What is this lotus of heart? The lotus is innermost lotus of the heart. Heart is the core of our being, our existence on which the causal, the subtle and the gross body are mounted upon. the innermost center of consciousness, innermost my identity. I am the innermost, this one, identity. I enter within and transcend the body, mind, senses, and everything in the depths of my being. What am I? Independent. This is the heart, just like heart of the earth, heart of my existence. That is, I have three bodies: the gross, subtle, and the causal. The gross, subtle, and causal. In the what is it mounted upon? That point, the innermost core, is called the heart, and lotus of the heart. Here the lotus always represents Shuddha Chaitanya consciousness, and it is the Chaitanya, the individual consciousness, Shuddha Chaitanya within me is so beautiful. The lotus represents beauty, peace, love, bliss, all this. It is representing that Shuddha Chaitanya itself. So the lotus I am using to indicate an adhara. That is the sarvadhara. But here in my heart I am seeing it adhara means support, substratum. The substratum of, in my heart I want to worship the Absolute. Then there must be adhara for the Absolute to exist there. What is the substratum on which I am trying to imagine? It is in the core of my being where my bodily existence, all the three bodies do not come into picture. The three stages, which we are commonly going and coming, Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti, waking, dreaming and deep sleep doesn't come into picture. The universal gunas, Sattva, Raja, Tama, the material aspect, Tama, the Rajas activity, movement is not there, matter is not there, movement is not there, Sattva also is not there, cognition, seeing, understanding, that part also is not there. It is there without a duality, and I am that. Maybe I am a spot or spark of it, but I am that without anything else. I am not attached to anything. The consciousness alone can understand consciousness. Chaitanya can alone understand Chaitanya. So this identity is what is that lotus needs a adhara, the support of existence. I am trying to bring that in the core of my heart where matter is not there, movement is not there, that beautiful existence, in that I am able to, there, that's the only place where I can think of, because that is within my reach. I am not able to go beyond. There I am trying to invoke that, bring that. Just like I cannot go somewhere, but I can mentally think of it. As if somebody is going somewhere. When Sri Ramakrishna was told by Mathurnath, we will be going to Kashi and all that will take you. Immediately, the whole, from childhood, what he had heard, what he has known, what scriptures were telling, he used to go to that Kathak Thakur, who used to give the Harikatha. To that, he used to run and sit and listen. All that, he immediately, in his mind, whole picture comes of the, he is already enjoying. Externally, he is totally lost. He is in that world of moving in the one by one places. Vrindavan, is going, and he is going through the various places. Each place is appearing in his mind and passing. The whole thing is passing. Kashi, that Vishwanath temple, this the taka is passing in his mind. In mind, the external vast, such a small brain, in that mind, the whole world is moving about. See, like that, in this heart, in that lotus of the heart, the infinite, eternal substance you want to visualize. Because that is the only place consciousness. In mind I can bring anything of the matter within the time and space. I need a place, higher reality to be able to think of. That's why we meditate in the heart to think of God. Is it not sufficient that I am mentally thinking of God and do the japa and end my? No. Because it is at the psychological level of mind and imagination. It is a higher reality pertaining to the eternal reality of existence. Here, I have to enter a realm where that can be manifest. The world can be manifest in my mind, but God cannot be invoked there in the mind. It becomes an imagination, which will not be there next moment. I want to see that I enter into a higher level of consciousness where I can. This is the heart, is the in-between access. It's a bridge between the absolute and the relative. So here we meditate. This is the heart and the lotus. The undifferentiated. In the lotus of the heart, we worship Brahman conscious in the lotus of the heart. The undifferentiated. It is not differentiated. The worlds are appearing and disappearing. It like fire appearing in the space. Space has given room for the fire. Fire doesn't burn the space. Space is unaffected by the existence of fire in it. But if within the wood it happens, it burns down the wood. Wood cannot accommodate or give place for fire to exist burning when it is there within it. It cannot give a room for that. But space, we can give room for fire to exist without any fear, without being affected by it. Wood cannot give without being affected by fire inside the wood a place for. No, it cannot give. Water cannot give fire to exist within its womb. It gets quenched. So like nothing else can give. But immediately water gets heated up or fire gets quenched. It's getting affected. Here it's not going to affect. The universe appearing in the absolute doesn't get affected. So this being remaining unaffected by the world is what we are. So many universes appear, the Brahman is. That Brahman is not differentiated by anything, by presence or absence of anything within it. So this is undifferentiated. The three differentiations come later on: Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. Jagat comes into picture, Jiva comes into picture. These are all associated with consciousness. These are all consciousness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.